Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live. I'm waiting for someone to come on. Let's see if anyone joins. Let's see if anyone joins. I'm waiting for someone to come on. He ain't got back to me yet. Yep. So, how is everyone doing? No one's in at the moment. Let's hope some people come on and we'll have a chat about Spurs. Let's see that. I'm waiting for someone at the moment to come on. No one's on at the moment, but I'll just get started and hopefully some people join. Oh, there's one person on. Just waiting for someone else at the moment to join me, but how is that one person feeling about the game tomorrow? Liverpool away, big game. Very nervous about it. I don't know why I'm nervous. I don't know what to expect from. I obviously know what to expect from Spurs now. But we're decimated with injuries at the moment. Having all those issues defensively with Romero out, Van der Ven out, Polina out. So it'll be interesting to see what team we actually field tomorrow. But I think that's a write-off. I don't expect us to get anything from the game against Liverpool. I don't even know what the hell Tudor's still doing at the club. But maybe they're looking to move him on after the game. And it's just a free hit, really. If he gets a result, a bonus. If he doesn't get a result, then move him on as quickly as possible and get someone else in. But I've heard, obviously, Sean Dyche has turned us down. He must be really bad at Spurs if someone like Sean Dyche has turned us down. I mean, that's embarrassing. And obviously, I heard now that De Zerbi is the front runner for the job. What can I say about him? I'm just so desperate for someone other than Tudor. We looked awful this season. Tudor has made us look even worse than when Thomas Frank was in charge. We look even worse, and it is frightening at the moment. But surely we can't go down. Surely Spurs can't go down. Surely we're not in a relegation battle. But you're never too big to go down. Leeds and West Ham back in the day when they went down, they had better squads than us. I don't think we've got a very good side at all. I think we are really struggling, and we definitely need some help. And it's going to be tough to get out. I just don't see us getting out of the situation we're in. I'd love to be wrong. I just don't see it. But you know what? You never know. West Ham have got some tough games coming up as well. I don't know. They're playing Man City now. I don't know what the story is, but they've got some tough games coming up. And hopefully, Man City got Villa next weekend, and hopefully they'll drop a couple of points there. We've got Forest coming up next weekend. Hopefully we get some results there, but it's gonna be very tough. It's gonna be squeaky bum time towards the end of the season, and it is really. I don't see us staying up. I'd like to be wrong, but I think us staying up is going to be very difficult. But it's hard. It's hard being a Spurs fan at the moment. It's very hard. I just don't know where the win's going to come from. We are awful. We're absolutely shocking. Defensively, all over the place. The football's boring. It doesn't. We never beat Liverpool, so I don't think we're going to win tomorrow. I just don't see where any results going to come from. Nottingham Forest next weekend. It's going to be tough. They're scraping and fighting for points. I just don't see it. Drop in the comments what you think about tomorrow. You're nervous about tomorrow if you're Spurs fans in the comment at the moment, viewing at the moment. But I just don't see where we're gonna get the points from. Liverpool, I know they're not playing well at the moment. Even in their darkest days, they're still a threat. They still have some fantastic players, and Tottenham is just going to roll up and just falter under the pressure of Anfield, and we're just not going to turn up, and they're just going to walk all over us and win about 3-0 or something, 3 or 4-0. They're going to take the game. They're going to take us apart. We just know it. I don't think any Spurs fans actually believe we will go to Liverpool and win tomorrow. I've not believed in years that we'll go to Anfield and win. I don't see it happening tomorrow. We've got players that just don't want to be at Spurs. You can tell with their attitude, they just don't want to be at the club. It's gonna be hard work trying to get some results. But we'll have to see what happens. I'm waiting for Definitely to come on. Hopefully it'll come on soon. Have a chat, and if other people want to come on and have a chat, they can. But cool. My links in the chat, mate. So jump on when you can. So it's hard work being Spurs at the moment. It is very hard work, but you never know, do you? You never know. I'll put these comments up. Yeah, so that's cool. Definitely says I'm home, bro. Gonna jump on in a sec. Yeah, that's cool. Let me use bathroom first. Yes, it's all good, mate. It's all good. And Milton, yep, I'm very well, thank you. How about yourself? Good to have you in the comments. Good to have you watching, and everyone else that's watching. Not many people at the moment, so hopefully more people come on, but we'll see. I'm all new to this, so hopefully, fingers crossed, people will come on. If they don't, it's all good. But we'll just do it, another time. People might come and drop in the comments. That'll be great. Yes. Clicking up on mistake. Like, what the hell is going on there? But yeah, so show. Okay, cool. So just at work, it's 8:38 a.m. Sunday. Milton's just put just at work. It's 8:38 a.m. Sunday morning in Australia. Are you in Australia? Are you? Oh, okay, cool. How's work going? What's the weather like over there today? Didn't realise you were from Australia. That's cool. I'm assuming you're from Australia, or do you just live there? Just waiting for Definitely to come on. Hopefully he comes on soon, and we can have a chat about the way Spurs are at the moment. Be good. So how's everyone been? So that's cool. So the game tomorrow, it's a write-off. We're not going to win. It's simple as we're not going to get a result. If we get a result tomorrow, it'll be amazing. I just don't see it happening. Someone in the comment put the other day, we'll beat Liverpool 4-1. I love to have that optimism. I just don't see it. But, you never know with football. It could happen. You just never know. I just don't see us going to Anfield and winning at all. But, we still support them, don't we? We still support Spurs and hope for the best. Let's see. Milton's put very sunny, about 25°C. Work is busy on Portuguese, but living in Australia. Oh, okay, that's cool. Very sunny. Yes, to be honest, it's been quite sunny here, but it's not hot at all. It's been quite cold today, but it has been sunny, so that's good. In the UK, what do you do for a living, mate? Can you say that, or is it personal? Oh, you right, Ghosted. Big up. Cheers for coming on, mate. I've seen you on the 2 March show a few times in the chat, but it's good to have you on my stream. Big up, mate. Just waiting for Definitely to come on. Hopefully he comes on soon. And anyone can come on if they want to have a chat. Just let me know. But yeah, so what's everyone thinking about tomorrow? It's Liverpool. Massive game. Don't see us getting anything, but like I said, football is a strange game. You never know what's going to happen. Milton's put, I work for the council, been supporting Spurs since 1990. That's cool, mate. I've been supporting Spurs for as long as I can remember. I'm actually 38, so, and I almost supported Man United as a kid. Yeah, my sister used to fancy David Beckham, and she used to do all the posters and stuff for Man United and Beckham and stuff. And I think she had a soft spot for Beckham, and I just went. Yeah, my dad sort of gave me an ultimatum with Spurs. He's not going to take me to United, so it's Spurs or nothing. So I became Spurs, really. And I don't regret it, even though they're stressful. I do not regret it at all. Milton's put Liverpool 5, Spurs 1. Yeah, I think 4-0 to Liverpool. I don't see us scoring at all. Any other club can go to Liverpool and be confident that they can at least get a draw, not Spurs. We always think negative about our club, don't we? I just don't see us going to Liverpool and causing an upset. Don't see us even scoring a goal. We're decimated with injuries. God knows what the team's going to be like tomorrow. But we are just all over the place at the moment. And I just don't see us getting anything from the game. But, you never know. You never know. Stranger things have happened. You never know. Milton's come back and said, I'm 42, but I have a soft spot for Blackburn. Shearer was a player I loved. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, Shearer. How can you not love Shearer? He's just an excellent player, isn't he? Excellent footballer. And even as a pundit, I love him as a pundit. He's just so good. But yeah, he's yeah. Do you think anyone will break his record? Do you think Haaland will get there? Or do you think Haaland will leave before he even got there? Do you think Kane will come back and break it? That will be interesting. Bear me a sec. Let's just see where he is. Come on. Just going to text definitely see where he is. So what do you think the rest of the season's going to be like? Do you think we'll go down? Do you think we'll stay up? Anyone? Let me know in the comments. I think we're badly in trouble. Don't see us staying up at all. But I really hope I'm wrong. I just don't see it at all. I don't think any manager can come in and change it for us. I think we're going down, no matter who the manager is. But you know what? Stranger things have happened, and hopefully I'm wrong. I don't want to be right. I don't want that to happen. I've got a bet with my mate against Spurs saying I think we'll go down, and he's a Leeds fan. He thinks they'll go down like Leeds. Spurs will stay up. And we've bet 20 quid. And I don't like betting on Spurs, but I just don't see it happening. And I said to him, I'll be happy to be wrong and me pay him the money. But but I don't think we will. I think we'll go down. I think we're done and dusted. Milton's put, I was close to being a Newcastle supporter as that's my brother's team and I always copy him, but he told me I wasn't allowed to support them. I had to pick another team. I picked Spurs as I like the jersey. Oh, okay, that's cool. That sounds good. Let me just put that here. I'm just moving the laptop, sorry. Yeah, I've never been a massive fan of Newcastle. I think they just think they're a massive club. Never got them at all. So now definitely to the stage. Yo, definitely. Big up, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing not too badly, brother. How are you doing, Anthony?
Yeah, not too bad. I keep calling you definitely when I should call you Andy.
You call me whatever you want, mate. As long as it's not a rude name, you're good to go, mate. How's life, bro?
Yeah, not bad. Just went to see my mates today, and me and my missus went over there to see him and his missus, and yeah, it's not too bad. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Just been to the cinema and all that. But yeah, I was hearing what you said about Newcastle. Completely in agreement there, mate. They think they're massive, mate. Like the way they talk, the way I've heard them talk, they think they're massive. How many major trophies do they have in their club's history?
I know, but the thing is, Spurs get loads of stick for not winning. I think Newcastle's trophy cabinet's worse than ours, and we have won stuff.
Far worse than ours, mate. Yeah, and they got the Saudi money, and they're still not really progressing too much. They got themselves a Carabao Cup. Fair play to them.
Yeah.
But since then, they haven't really done much. So yeah, that's
exactly.
how it is.
Just gonna read out Milton's comment quickly. Yeah, plus, I hate the colour red, but in Australia, Liverpool have the biggest support base. You can imagine that they are massive over the world. Them are Man United, them Man United, Real Madrid, probably. I'd say Liverpool, Man United, and Real Madrid are probably the 3 biggest clubs in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Spurs have a massive fan base in like Korea and countries like that, don't we? And apparently we're quite big in the Netherlands, actually.
Netherlands, I hadn't heard that. I know a few in Germany. You have quite a few supporters as well because of old Klinsmann and whatnot. But funnily enough, my old man, he's German and he's supported Spurs since he was about 11 years old. So yeah, they do have.
It's a bit strange considering that Spurs are a Jewish club, isn't it?
Well, that's probably the reason, mate, because after World War II, they went completely the other way, so that's probably.
But now apparently in the Netherlands, Dennis Bergkamp, he was a Spurs fan, apparently growing up.
Fair play, yeah, I've heard that. And apparently he was supposed to
Glenn Hoddle was his idol or something like that.
Yeah, don't surprise me, mate. What were you saying about tomorrow, anyway?
Oh yeah, I'm worried about the game.
I know we're already going to lose, mate.
Yeah, but but by how much? That's my worry.
It'll be I think 2-1, 3-1. Honestly, they're not anything too special, in my opinion.
Yeah, but this is Tottenham we're talking about. They'll end up.
Yeah, I know. But I think for some reason we're going to we'll look worse against teams like West Ham and Forest than we do tomorrow. That's because basically that's what happened in December. We actually played better against Liverpool than we did against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
So I think, honestly, I know people are expecting a hammering, and I can understand why based on recent form. And to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if we do end up getting hammered. But I just personally, I think it's going to be a 2-1, 3-1 type deal because I really just don't think Liverpool are anything that special this season.
The thing is, but what's our defence going to look like?
It'll be Dadso, Gray. I mean, because Dragassin's injured again or something, isn't he? Or is he fit to play?
I hope he's injured anyway. He's useless.
Yeah, no, it'll be square pegs in round holes once again. We won't be able to do anything, will we?
No, as long as he doesn't put like Sarr and Gray in midfield or something.
Sarr and they're the worst combo, to be honest. I'd have just basically with the midfielders we have, we need to be starting Gallagher, Palhinha, and Xavi.
Palhinha's out though, isn't he?
Who's out? Palhinha? Oh yeah, because of the bloody
concussion. Yeah.
It's a nightmare at the club right now, mate. It's an absolute shambles, absolute nightmare.
We've got 14 players out altogether for the game.
You take 14 players out of any squad, they're going to struggle.
Yeah, I think if we had those players fit, I think we'll be challenging for at least top 6.
I think maybe, but the way we're looking without them, I think we won't be too much. I predicted 11th at the beginning of the season, right? And that was my assumption that the players would stay mostly fit. So I think that's where we'd be batting if we did have all our players fit. I think we'd be around 11th place, that kind of position.
If you're thinking about Maddison, Kulusevski, Kudus, they're 3 fully motivated players,
and they've been out all season. Yeah,
Lankey being available all season. I think that's the top 6 side. I honestly do. I'm not just saying that. Top 7 tops, I listen.
Yeah, I mean, but with Kulu, I remember people calling him Kulu Dog. You know, like when he has been playing, and people would always complain about him, and people complained about Maddison as well. You know, called him Maddison shit. Yeah, because that's the thing. When we do have our players available, people complain about them as well. So it's we're in a bit of a tough spot right now. But
I think our fan base is a bit toxic. A lot of our fan base.
Oh yeah. Well, this is the same fan base which hounded out the serial winner Antonio Conte when he had us in third place for whatever reason.
To be honest, you're obsessed with Conte, though, aren't you?
I'm obsessed with Conte, mate. I ain't seen anything like it, really. With the energy I saw in that sort of bad squad under Conte, I've not been able to get over the fact that we got rid of that guy. And basically, since getting rid of him, we haven't been sort of nearly a shadow of what we were under him.
Well, for a club that Chelsea and Tottenham hate each other, we do swap managers a lot, don't we?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really care if a guy's been at Chelsea before. If he comes to Spurs, he's Spurs. It's the same with old Arsenal managers, basically. If they come to Spurs and do the job, they do the job. That's the way I see it, basically. But I think it's rarer for a manager to go from Arsenal to Spurs than Chelsea to Spurs.
Yeah.
It seems to be less.
I see Arsenal as our biggest rival than Chelsea. I think Chelsea hates Spurs more than Spurs hate Chelsea.
Yeah, that's the thing. But my brother-in-law, he's a Chelsea fan. But me and him, we get along like a house on fire because we just both hate Arsenal that much, you know. So that's all right. Yeah.
I got a mate who hates Man United. He's an Arsenal fan, but he hates Man United more than Spurs.
That's interesting. I think it's if you're alive in the era when it was either Man United or Arsenal, that's probably where that comes from, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Something along those lines. But yeah, what's the chat saying? What's the chat saying for the game? What do they all think? What kind of a lineup do you think? Do they think we're going to go for? What kind of scoreline are they expecting?
The free watching. It's not very much tonight, but the free watching. Drop your predictions below, and just give a little rundown of what you think the game's going to be like tomorrow. Two people have dropped off. They obviously didn't want to stick around for it.
Yeah, it's because I joined.
It's quiet tonight. I don't know if other people are streaming as well, but it's quiet.
That could be it, mate. But it's what it is, man. You just got to stream for it, I suppose. But,
exactly. To be honest, when you're new, that's what happens, isn't it? So,
that's what happens, brother. That's what happens. Yeah, I don't see any result tomorrow. I don't see us putting any fight in. I don't see basically. I don't know where the goals will come from. You know, things like that.
How much on a bet like Richarlison will score, take his shirt off to celebrate, gold it the Slough. He'll get booked and gold it the Slough.
Yeah, put a tenner on that and you'll be rich, mate. Trust me. Yeah. Big up, Richie. He's one of the ones that seems to score goals, even though he's utterly diabolical at football.
I'm not a massive fan, but I'll be slagging him off constantly, and then he'll score. I think his all-round play is really poor, and the chances he misses are shocking.
100%, yeah.
Like the other day against Atletico Madrid, the header he had just before they scored, he should be scoring that.
That's what I mean, and then we concede a goal because he didn't score it. If Harry Kane's there instead, we've got a goal back.
How things have changed since Harry Kane was at.
Yeah, but people were saying that Richarlison would just take his place, you know. I don't think people sort of realised how much we relied on these kinds of players, you know, Kane, you know, Son, you know, we've always had these players, even Gareth Bale in the loan stint he had, we relied on him to drag us out of that.
It's levels, mate, and they're like way above Richarlison. A club like Bayern Munich wouldn't be after Richarlison, would they?
No, I don't see it, mate. I don't see it. You know, I mean, Everton, I think his best season, he scored 13 goals or something like that. So I don't see Richarlison as anything much special. To be fair, bruv, I really don't.
He's not scored more than 13 in the season, has he?
No. So why on earth would we buy him to be the Harry Kane replacement It's just another bit of mismanagement from the club. At least if you get a Vlahovic or something like that back when Kane left, at least you could say, he was scoring.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's untested in the Premier League. That's the thing. You don't know what they're going to be like when they come over.
That's a good question, actually. Would you rather have a guy who's scored, like, say, 20 to 30 goals in Serie A or an equivalent league? Or would you rather have someone like Richarlison who scored 14 goals in the Prem?
Well, I don't know, because the thing is, players have come over here before. Like, what is it? Jensen, who we used to have. Yeah, is it Janssen? No, Janssen.
Yeah, Janssen.
He was doing it abroad and in Holland, and never done it over here. And Soldado as well.
Soldado's not. But to be fair, I liked both of those players because they always put the fight in. Vincent Janssen. I remember I'd watch a lot of games at the stadium when he was at Spurs, and one thing about him, even though he only scored penalties, really, I never saw him stop running. I never saw him stop pressing the defence and trying to get that ball back.
That's the thing. Apparently West Ham drew today, which means
I hate Manchester City with a burning passion, basically, because they're not stopping Arsenal, and that's the league for Arsenal.
It's the league done now, fortunately.
That's all we have to worry about.
I'd rather Spurs stay. If I had a choice whether Spurs stayed in the Premier League or Arsenal won the league, I'll choose Spurs to stay up all day long.
100%. It's always Spurs at the end of the day, mate. We don't even really need to care about Arsenal at this point. We're not in no similar position to them.
No.
Honestly, mate. Yeah, we're not.
I went to a barbecue last year, my cousin's barbecue, and his dad was there, and he's a big Arsenal fan, and I was like champions of Europe and all that stuff to him all the time. God, if Spurs get relegated and they win a league, I'm so going to get it this year.
Barbecue won't be as fun this year, mate.
Every year they have a barbecue, so
it won't be as fun this year, bruv. Yeah.
No. Someone's come on who's not usually on my stream, but I've seen him on the 2 marks. Good evening, guys. West Ham got a point here from Steve. Steve Giant. Is it Diad? Oh yeah, sorry if I got your name wrong, mate. Good evening, guys. West Ham got a point, and we are now banning trouble. We'll be 17th if Forest win tomorrow. Who have Forest got again? Big up for the comment, by the way. Big up for the comment.
I'm not too sure, actually, bro. Let me
they got Fulham. They got Fulham in there.
Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, it's Fulham tomorrow, bro. You're right about that. So we're level on points with West Ham. We're 1 point above Forest, so we really need Fulham to do us a favour tomorrow. But I'm telling you, I think Forest win tomorrow.
Yeah, Steve's put Fulham. Yeah, to be honest, we lose to Fulham, and West Ham don't beat Fulham, and it looks like the Forest do them as well. And that's typical Spurs. That is.
Yeah. Trust me, mate. If obviously we're not going to pick up points tomorrow, but if we don't pick up points, or when we don't pick up points, and Forest do get the win, that they will win. Are we going to be in? We'll be in relegation zone, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when it becomes reality.
Big up, Steve. If you haven't subbed or anyone hasn't subbed, please, that'd be massively appreciated. And I'll also get over to Definitely Spurs TV as well for Definitely's channel.
That'd be
much appreciated. That's all right.
Yeah, I'd appreciate any support that we can get. And if you could also click like on Anthony's channel, Dr. Tottenham TV, just click the like on this stream, and it'd do us both some favours. We'd really appreciate that. But yeah, it's big up, Steve. He's done a little comment there. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you.
Big up, mate. Cheers, thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Yeah. So tomorrow's game, I think it's not going to be anything special by Liverpool. I think it will be 3-1 to Liverpool. I think we'll get maybe an early fluky goal. It will deflect off of Richarlison's sort of shin pad and sort of bobble into the back of the net after having deflected off of a Liverpool player. We'll sort of get excited for 2 minutes, and then we'll give away some stupid penalty and get a red card or something like that, and then it will be 1-1. They'll get a goal before half time, and then they'll get a goal early in the second half and just hold back, and then we'll say, "Oh, we saw some fight in the last half an hour." when the game was already done and they'd already turned the intensity down, as we usually do. I think that's what's going to happen, bruv.
Do you remember the game against them a few years ago when we were 3-0 down after 15 minutes? And then out of nowhere, we made it 3-all with Charlotte's header in added time. And I was jumping around at living room thinking, how the hell have we done this?
I was grabbing, I was cuddling my dad. Yeah.
Morva did that stupid back pass away, and I was like, that game just summed up Tottenham.
Yeah, that's Tottenham for you, mate. That's Tottenham for you. But yeah, I don't think we're going to score 3 goals tomorrow. I don't see it coming. I just don't see it coming, mate.
But even in our worst time and Liverpool in their best time, even in our best time, Liverpool in their worst time, I still would never be confident we would go to Liverpool and win.
The best result we got was a 2-2 draw there, wasn't it? When Kane scored that penalty in the last minute. We
won there in 2011, actually.
In 2011, that's the last time we won there. I remember I was 9 years old. I was at a bloody football tournament, actually, that day. I was playing football myself, and I just remember hearing the loudspeaker say Luka Modric and Rafa van der Vaart had scored goals at Liverpool. And I was like, didn't expect that. We won 2-0. And the last time we won at Anfield, Harry Redknapp was our manager. So it's been quite a while.
Getting back. Give him a chance. The World's Greatest has put a lot of bad feeling about these 9 remaining games. Watching West Ham tonight, we're going down. Yep, to be honest, I agree with you. I've said for ages. I think we're going down.
We are going down, brother.
I don't see us getting out of it. I hope I'm wrong, but I just
how do we get out of it?
I think it's the players. I think they're checked out. There's no fight in the players. There's no fight. There's no fight in that team. I see Forest and West Ham. As I see, there's so much more fight in them. And with Spurs, they just don't seem to be any. And I just don't know what the solutions are, to be honest. I think we're banned in trouble.
Yeah, this is what I've been saying for ages, though. In the difficult games the teams around us they play much better than we have been playing in our easy games. So this is why I've been saying that we're going down for a long while.
Agree. The World's Greatest has put, only way is if players get up for another manager, which I can't see. Who is that new manager, though?
No one, mate.
Even Sean Dyche has turned us down, apparently.
I wouldn't have Dyche anyway. I don't think one of these managers would be the way to go.
If Sean Dyche is turning us down, that's got to be embarrassing, I'm telling you.
I don't think these managers would be the way to go for us. I don't think Igor Tudor's the way to go for us. I didn't think Thomas Frank was the way to go for us. You basically, there's no manager that sort of saves this situation. But saying that, I think the last throw of the dice that you could maybe consider would just be getting a Harry Redknapp or something like that, or a Tim Sherwood or a Jermaine Defoe or whatever, someone who knows the club.
Steve's put, the commentator said West Ham have picked up 15 points in 10 games. Well, when the great run started for West Ham was when they beat us.
Yeah, I saw that coming as well. When they beat us, I saw that turning into something.
That's the way Tottenham are, like Dr. Tottenham. That's why I chose my name, Dr. Tottenham Therapy. It's because I'm basically just taking a mick because of the way Spurs are, to be honest.
And I mean, it's a good name. That's why I chose definitely Spurs TV, because there'll be death of us. Bro, it's a sorry situation we're in, right? But the thing is, we just have to accept the situation we're in. We have to accept how bad we are. We need to see the reality that it's the mismanagement from the top down, and it has been for a long while. And then once we see that reality, that's when we need to know as a fan base that we need to protest, because this is what I've been saying. All the change that we've seen throughout human history in all forms of society has basically come from bottom-up change. You go to the French Revolution, it was the masses at the bottom rising up. You go to the October Revolution, 1917, it was the masses in Russia rising up. You can apply that to everywhere, mate. And the same can be applied to football clubs. As sort of dramatic and cliche as it sounds, it's the same bloody thing. You think if you had like one of the big boys in Italy, someone that
there'll be riots, wouldn't there?
Yeah. Someone imagine a club in Italy that has sort of a trophy count akin to us, a history akin to us, with the infrastructure that we have. Imagine if they were in the position that we are. Their fans would not let that go. You know, they certainly wouldn't be in the stands having a laugh, drinking beer. You know, they definitely wouldn't be in those the Asian gourmet pizzas. You know, they'd say, "What is this blasphemy to that?" You know, yeah. But it's
there's a lot of at the games. There's a lot of tourists, isn't there? So they don't really care about the They don't really have the same passion for the club like the Redlers do.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think though when people talk about tourists, I think a lot of the people that get the stick are Korean fans, but actually, when I speak to them, they actually care quite a bit. When we say tourists, I see just more, you know, just middle class sort of English people who just turn up for the football, they watch the game, and then they go home and don't think about it. That's what I see.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But what do you think about? What do you think about Vinay suddenly blaming Levy for everything?
It's too little, too late. He was massaging Levy on that interview, so how can he go and turn it around and start blaming Levy now? It's like Big Ange trying to blame the signings for his failure.
By the way, I've got red on, but I mean, I don't wear it on match days.
Oh man, don't you worry. I'm drinking a red drink right now. So
yeah, I thought Vinay and Levy were friends the way they were speaking.
There are no friends in the business world, mate. That's the harsh reality of it. You know, if you are doing a shit job, you're going to try and blame the guy before you rather than admit that you yourself are doing a shit job. But he shouldn't be doing that because he's number one now. What he should be doing is saying, look, I know this ain't good enough. We're working to change it. He shouldn't be coming out and trying to blame his predecessor for the shit that we're seeing now because things were a lot better under Levy than they are under him.
Yeah.
Even though Levy did have to go, in my opinion, you know, I said that back then. I still believe that he did have to go, but you know, you get someone else in that's better than him. You don't get a gooner who was running Arsenal down the pan to come and run Spurs down the pan as well.
I know they're not. Their fans are not unhappy, are they, about him leaving? They're probably laughing at the moment.
Yeah, the same with Villa fans and Johan Lange.
No, he's he's useless, that man.
Absolutely useless. I wish I had his job, getting paid millions of quid to do literally nothing. You know, I could do my Johan Lange impression right now, bro. Like just put my feet on the desk like that, pick up some money for it. You know, millions of pounds a year, just sat like this, write down a few players' names on a post-it note, pass it to a scout, have a scout come and tell you that they don't want to join. And then you shrug your shoulders, and then you get $1 million a year for it, or something like that, or whatever it is.
The scout's an Arsenal fan as well.
Who's that?
You know?
Oh yeah, the scout. Oh, yeah. I saw that, bro. I saw that.
Well, you can't make it up, can you?
Yeah, we're in the mud, brother. That's where we're at. We're in the absolute mud. But yeah,
I can understand certain players or certain workers that work for clubs supporting other clubs, but why would you make sure your main scout's an Arsenal fan? Why would you allow that to happen?
We seem to selectively choose Arsenal fans to be sort of in these positions, you know, and and that's the thing when people, because I've been accused of sort of being a bit of a having two mouths because I say that I don't care about, say, George Graham, who was an Arsenal legend, coming to Spurs and becoming a Spurs legend. But I think there's a difference between a professional, someone who sort of works the top managerial job, who comes in and does his job, than someone who's not really there on the pitch side of things and sort of still has a heart for Arsenal while he's supposedly doing his job for Tottenham. Because when George Graham became the Spurs manager, he wasn't saying anything about how he's an Arsenal supporter or things like that. He was just coming and saying that Tottenham are a serious club and he wants to turn them into something bigger than what they were, you know. So if an Arsenal person comes in and says that, fair play. But if they come in and start talking about how they don't want to touch the badge and how they still love Arsenal, and they can get out, you know, because what are you doing here?
If you're talking, if you're thinking like that, why would you say it on camera, or when on camera? Why would you say it on like
social media.
Social media or something, isn't it? It's stupid.
It's crazy, mate. It's utterly crazy, in it, bro. But yeah, I don't know. Do you think
there's players out there like the Eze's who we obviously wanted, who's an Arsenal fan, and Semenyo's an Arsenal fan. Those type of players, us Spurs fans wouldn't have said no to, would we? So the old Arsenal thing doesn't bother me. It's the whole when the scout comes out and says stuff like, "I don't want to touch the crest and stuff." This is Arsenal, and I'm like, what the hell is that all about?
Yeah, what is it about, bruv? What is it about? That's the thing. So,
what were you about to say anyway?
I was just going to say, basically, do you think we'll sign any more like Arsenal scouts or bloody, I don't know, Arsenal tea ladies, or by the time, I don't know, we make all our new hirings, whatever they are, they're going to be basically having just Arsenal jerseys sat there in the kitchen, eating their breakfast with the chairman and whatnot.
Thomas Frank was Arsenal, wasn't he? The way he used to speak. He used to piss the players off, saying, "Oh, Arsenal do this, Arsenal this, Arsenal that," and he's like,
"You just got to focus on your own club, But then Igor Tudor started doing the same thing, didn't he? He started saying,
"I know I'm moaning about Arsenal, but to be honest, at this moment in time, I don't really care what Arsenal do. No. I obviously don't want them to win the league, but I want Spurs. It's all about Spurs, to be honest. My love for Spurs is more than my hatred for Arsenal.
100%, mate. Same thing here, bro.
I've seen people say that they'll take relegation when Arsenal stopped Arsenal winning the league, and I'm like, come on, have a day off.
Yeah, never. Arsenal winning the league and us staying up, that's fine by me. Honestly, I don't care as long as we're in the Premier League. That's the thing.
Well, I'm like, as long as they don't win the Champions League, I'm all right. If they win the Premier League, just don't win the Champions League.
Yeah, leave us our European prestige. That's what I'm saying, mate. That's what I'm saying, innit, bro? Yeah, but to be fair, I don't see him not winning the Champions League either. Just every single team they play against just seems to fall over for him. Everton today basically almost held him up and then just slipped at the last second.
Well, I was checking my phone. I was out on that game and I was checking my phone. BBC, and I saw it 0-0 in 85 minutes. And, in my head, I said to myself I said, Arsenal's still going to win this.
Yeah.
I weren't convinced everyone was going to hold on.
Yeah, that's the thing. I always tell myself that. I stop looking at the score, basically, when they're in a position like that, because I always sort of think I'll jinx it if I watch their score, basically,
Yeah. Who else is playing tomorrow? It's Man United Villa, isn't it?
Yeah, I think United will get a result there, to be honest.
Oh, the fifth place thing for the Premier League and stuff, top 5, the Champions League. Well, apparently I heard today that's under threat now because of how badly the English teams performed in Europe the other day.
Yeah, that's an interesting point actually, because I think the European performances tend to sort of not really be too much of a metric as to how the league performances go, because if they were, we'd be bloody spiffing in the league, wouldn't we, mate?
Yeah.
It's who knows what's going to happen there, mate? But yeah, I remember when people were talking about Villa being the champions. I never saw that coming. I knew that they'd end up falling off. They were just the commentators' like favourite flavour of the month. There's always a team like that. It was Bournemouth last season.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I see like clips the last few days of us linked to manage like Unai Emery, and I'm like, why the hell would Emery come to us at the moment when the situation we're in?
Honestly, but I'll take him. I'll absolutely take him.
I think he's a good manager.
He's a good manager. I think had Arsenal kept him, they probably would have got the league by now.
Probably, yeah. I think the Arsenal fans just never liked him, did they?
Yeah, I think they sort of they jumped the gun on him a bit. I think they complained about his signings as well, something like that, because he got Pepe and these players. But no, I don't think he's that bad a manager.
This next comment's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Relegate Spurs. I think it's
tomorrow. Now, I don't know.
I'm assuming an Arsenal fan, but thanks for your comment, mate. Much appreciated. But let's hope not. Let's hope we stay up. Yeah. Thanks for your comment, though, mate. Much appreciated.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So, yeah. It's gonna be interesting what happens with the rest of the season. If you're new here, everyone, please give me a sub and a like, and saying to Definitely Spurs TV, much appreciated.
Big up to them.
You know, it's up to you. Don't have to, obviously, but just to let you know. So, to be honest, like you said, like when you said, you know, you're not really nervous about tomorrow. There's a part of me that's sort of accepted that we're going down, and I think if I wasn't doing the streams, I probably wouldn't even be bothering watching the match because I think we're going to lose. But because I'm doing the streams now, I feel like I have to watch the game. But yeah, the best thing to do with Spurs is just do not get too upset if they lose. Just accept it, and if they win, if they surprise everyone, then be happy. But yeah, but I can't see us beating Liverpool.
Yeah, it would be Spurs though, wouldn't it, if we were to beat Liverpool after all this? You know,
it would be. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna happen, brother. It ain't gonna happen. Yeah, just because Tudor's there as well. I think he's the worst managerial appointment we've ever made. He's genuinely hopeless. He is hopeless, bro.
It's funny. I'm surprised he's still at Spurs because we're talking about getting a new manager in. Surely he's hearing all this. I'm a little bit surprised they've just not. But maybe they've just written off the game tomorrow, Liverpool, and just hoping to have a new game for our next league game. You know, Drew?
Something like that, bro.
Would you be happy with De Zerbi?
Yeah, I was wanting De Zerbi when we sacked Frank. I was wanting him, absolutely. I love that energy.
He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder, though, hasn't he?
That's what I think that's the kind of manager we need, though, like Conte or De Zerbi, someone who will basically fight the bench opposite, you know, because I think that energy kind of galvanises the team.
Yeah. Would you have Ryan Mason back?
Good question. Instead of Tudor, yeah, just because he knows Spurs, but I don't think he'd do a good job.
Anyone other than Tudor, innit, will take.
Yeah, we were saying that about Frank, and then look where that got us.
Actually, when Frank first came, I was all for it. I thought he'd do a good job.
Yeah, I went into it with an open mind because I always want the Spurs manager to do well. And to be fair, our first games, I was on the Frank train because he was picking up results. And I don't care if the football was bad or boring or whatever. If we pick up results, we pick up results. But then the moment the Forest game happened, I saw what the rest of the season was going to be like under him, and I said he needed to go. But
I think it was the Chelsea game that I was a bit disappointed with, and then the Arsenal game, I was like, oh, for goodness sakes, that really, we didn't even put layered love, didn't we? We didn't put any fight on those games, and it just made me think maybe it's not going to work with him.
We saw it then and there, didn't we, brother?
Yeah. But yeah, it's a sad state of affairs what's happened, considering where we were in 2019 to the side we have now. This has got to be the worst Spurs side I've ever seen.
Definitely the worst Spurs side I've ever seen.
Yeah, someone else is coming out. A new one's coming in with a comment. Big up Ronnie. Yeah, big up. Who would have thought at the start of the season, Woolwich win the league and us go down? Sad times. I know. What would have been the odds on that if you'd made a bet? If that had happened?
Honestly.
Big up, Ronnie. If you could give us a like and a sub and same to Definitely Spurs TV, that'd be much appreciated.
Yeah, big up, fella. I'd appreciate that. I would have probably put a bet on not that us going down, but I would put maybe I could have seen Arsenal winning the league because I knew Liverpool would fall off just because of the horrific incident with Jota. I think that was always going to impact their squad. And Man City, I've been calling them shit for years actually. I know we're not in a position to call anyone shit, but relative to their standards, I think Manchester City have been utterly diabolical the past few years, basically. Yeah, big up, Ronnie. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, to be honest, Man City haven't. I think that a lot of the squad's aging in it, and De Bruyne left, and they've not been the same team. That obviously when they won the treble that year, they've not really been the same since that year, have they?
Yeah. And I think Pep should have resigned after that.
Well, I think this might be his last season. He just doesn't look like he's as bothered anymore.
Yeah, I think basically with Pep, he should have gone after the treble like what Hansi Flick did, because with it's like once you do that, what can you possibly do more after that? You know?
Yeah.
He should have sort of passed on the reins to someone else, you know, to come in and sort of revitalise it, because he was the one that built them up to that level. And it's like once you reach that level, the only real way is down after that. I suppose you could say they win the quadruple instead of the treble, but I don't think that was ever going to happen, not with all their players leaving. Ilkay Gundogan, I think they missed him that one season when he went back to Barca.
Yeah.
Things like that, bro. Just things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say something about Arsenal when that comment come up earlier about Arsenal winning lead and us going down. I was going to say something about that, but it's completely out of my head.
Well, I can say something about that. It would just be typical bloody Spurs, wouldn't it, if we were to do that?
Well, you know what? You know what would be typical Spurs?
What's that, bro?
And I'm starting to have nightmares about this. Not literally, but I've been thinking about this a long time. I think I might have mentioned this before. West Ham finished above us. We finished 18th. Yeah, Arsenal win the league.
And Chelsea send us down.
Chelsea relegate us.
Don't even that. It would be a nightmare, man. And I've been having the worst nightmares imaginable the past few days. And that's a nightmare, not even considered on the same level. Yeah. But it's not even going to be a nightmare, bro. It's going to be the reality that we see in front of us.
Would you take relegation if it meant we come up with it, whether it meant in 5 years, within 5 years we won the Premier League?
100%, mate. 100%. Yeah. You know, if you know that that's going to happen, it would be worth the laugh you can have in the Championship.
Yeah, Ronnie's put, what if they do the quad? Very possible. Don't do this to me, Ronnie. Please don't. That's like, that'll be the worst thing ever if that happens. If they've done the quad.
I think it will happen, bro. I don't
think they'll win the quad, because we've said that about Man City, didn't we? When they had all that great side, they never won the quad. Even when Liverpool never won the quad, even Man United never won it. I think the quad's harder to do, so I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll win the Champions League. Actually, I think someone else will win that, but it could happen. They might do the treble, but I don't think they'll win the quad, to be honest.
I think they get the Carabao Cup. Man City are going to get battered by them in that final. I think they're going to get the FA Cup. No one's knocking them out of that. And they're definitely going to win the Premier League now. So the only one.
The one thing about Pep, at least he knows how to do finals, doesn't he?
That's true. But it is an interesting thing about Arsenal, right? If they finally do go and do it and win the treble, do you think we'll see a similar thing to them, that of what we saw to Man City after they won the treble?
No, so I think they've got a younger side, Arsenal.
That's true.
The world's greatest has put, that's why we've got to beat Forest. Yeah, we have to beat Forest.
If we don't beat Forest,
Forest are awful. Forest aren't that good, but we're shocking as well.
We're worse than them. We're much worse than Forest, mate. And they're going to smell blood against us. You know. Yeah. They're going to smell blood.
Everyone smells blood when it comes to Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah. The world's great. Bloody Morecambe did.
Yeah.
I was at that game.
Was that like who, Morecambe?
Yeah, Morecambe. That was under Conte.
They beat us.
No, they almost did. They were winning 1-0 in the 81st minute, and then we put Mora and a few players on. And they came on and did the job, thankfully. But
yeah. The world's greatest put Forest is do or die for me. Yep, 100% agree. I think that is a massive thing.
Agree with that as well.
That's probably our biggest end of the season, Forest. And he's come back and sent back in with full momentum. Yep, I totally agree with that. If we lose to Forest, we're done. I think we're done anyway, but if we lose to Forest, we're definitely done.
There's no coming back.
We might surprise everyone and go to Anfield and win tomorrow. I don't think it'll happen, but you never know.
That would be what we need. You know, the league table looked kind of nice when we were 1-0 up to Palace for those few moments. You know, we were up to
5 minutes,
16th or something, weren't we, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
16th and 4 points clear relegation. It all fell apart.
I remember that one, bro. I remember that one.
Ronnie's put City look done to me. Yep, they look done to me as well. I think they're done. I think Arsenal won the league.
It's depressing reality. I can't get used to that reality, man. I can't get used to the reality of Arsenal winning the league.
I just think, I know the City sides have chased them. Like the old City side, probably you wouldn't say they're done, but I just think this City side, I just don't think they have it in them to draw back 10 points, whatever it is. Or 9 points.
I don't see it, brother. I don't see it. Man City are done. They bottled it against West Ham, and I just can't stand City for letting this happen.
No, exactly. Ronnie's put, we have no choice of beating Forest. No, we're no chance of beating Forest with Tudor still in charge. No, I agree. He's got to go after. Surprised he's still there, but he's got to go at least after the game tomorrow. But knowing our luck, we'll go and beat Liverpool now. Now that we want him gone, we'll go and beat Liverpool. You know what? You know what annoys me a bit about Spurs?
What's that, bro?
We take all those points against Man City, don't we? And we never take. You always gift Arsenal points.
Yeah. We can't turn up against Arsenal for some reason.
No. This new one's an interesting. This next comment's an interesting one. Evening, gents. First time here. Subbed as well. What do you see as the slide of your team, players, managers, or owners? Thank you. Big up, Hammers.
Big up to you, mate. Thank you.
I'm assuming you're a West Ham fan.
Yeah, safe bet, innit?
I hope you or Forest go down. No offense, but I want Spurs to stay up. So obviously, thanks for the sub. Much appreciated. And I'll get over to your channel as well. And if you could sub, definitely Spurs TV as well. That'd be much appreciated. So I think all of it. I think the players, managers, and owners. The bigger issue at the club, I think, is the owners, then the players, then the managers. I don't always blame the thing with the manager. No matter who is in charge, the same thing's happened with those bunch of players. But it starts from the owners. What do you think, Andy?
Owners, 100%. It's always been the owners for me. This free fall that we see in is just purely on the owners. They refuse to recruit properly. They refuse to back the good managers we had. They had Jose Mourinho, who could have done the job for us, who had us fifth with a terrible squad. They didn't back him. They sacked him before the cup final that he took us to. They didn't back Conte when we had him. They didn't give him the players he needed, and he got confused because he took that diabolical squad into the top four, and then he was expecting a quote-unquote war chest in the summer of players to take us up to that next level to win the title, and they bloody didn't do it. They gave him Longley and Dan Juma, and basically the only sort of good player you could say that they signed for him was Ivan Perisic, and he was injured for a lot of the time. It's the ownership that's the problem at this club. They're a plague that need to be cut out of this club.
Yeah, the thing is, I might give you a swear jar, but in this case, we'll call it a Tonte jar, because you must have said Tonte. Since I've seen you must have said Tonte about 20 times.
Yeah, it's because I just can't get over it, man. Conte for me was the guy. Conte was the guy for me.
Oh no.
The sliding doors moment was Antonio. I still remember
when he gave all that rant and stuff. I'd read with him.
I clapped at my computer screen, mate. I gave him a round of applause because that needed to be said, and it was the problem with the club. And we dropped the ball by sacking him. Dropped the ball by not backing him. Dropped the ball by not backing Poch when he sort of had us looking like title contenders. Right. And the ownership have basically run our club into the ground.
Yep, agree. Ronnie's put back three of Gray, Radu, Danso at Anfield. If that's the back three, we are in trouble, but we don't really have any options, to be honest. What do you think about that?
Gray, Radu and Danso.
I do like Danso. I do.
He's not the worst player, but it's just when he's paired with all these other players, it's just he can't really do much, So he just ends up blending in with them and looking as bad as them as well.
Yeah, agree.
I thought basically Radu Dragusin, he had one good game, and that was against his debut against Villa when he came off. Well, it wasn't his debut because he played against United, but he looked good in that game when he came on against Villa, basically. And then he didn't really do much after that.
No, agree. So the next one is that's definitely Spurs TV. So if everyone can get over there and sub, that'd be much appreciated. And then Hammer TV has put will do, so I think these are means to sub. And then he's come back with sub to you as well. So I think sub to you.
Yeah, big up Hammers, big up, mate. I appreciate your sub, mate. I'll get over to your channel too, brother. Trust me. Let me do that now, actually, bro.
And then he's put Hammer TV is one thing I would have asked for if I was the manager, guarantee in writing that I would be backed and get the players. Too many managers been given false promises. To be honest, I guarantee these managers, I don't know if it's been in writing, but these managers have probably been promised, have been promised stuff, and they've gone back on their promises. So whether it's in writing or not, but you'd have it in contract or something, wouldn't you?
Something like that. I mean, but even when it's in the contract, I just would not trust this ownership to do anything.
No, they'll always find ways around it, wouldn't they?
They're the worst ownership in the bloody in the Premier League, I think, because we're 20th in the form table now, and they're the ones that have got us here. And I don't think you can really point at an ownership that are worse than them in terms of having a club with the infrastructure that we have in a position that we currently are. You can't really see any worse ownership than that, mate.
I agree. Yeah, agree. The world's greatest has put. West Ham tonight played with 5 at the back, looked solid against City. We've have 5 at the back and can see 2 or 3 every match because the players aren't committed, mate. West Ham players are up for the fight. They look up for it.
We're bloody not.
Our players want to leave, and they just see the way out is to get relegated. I just don't think they care if we go down or stay up.
They don't seem to give a shit, do they? They really don't. But if they do go down, I think there'll be quite a few players who will stay because I just don't think that they're actually good enough to go anywhere else.
So let's go through that then. Who do you think will stay and go out of the squad?
So I think
Kari
will go.
Yeah,
because I think he'll want to go back to Italy rather than play.
Kari will go no matter what happens.
I think Spence will go somewhere else. I think.
Well, apparently Juventus are after him, aren't they?
Yeah, somewhere like that. He's already played in Italy too, so he's familiar with that league. I think Gray will stay. I think Danzo will stay. I think Dragusin will stay.
I think Dragusin will go.
Yeah, but I don't think there's really any. I think if he does go, he'll go back to Italy or something.
Yeah, it'll be Italy, but his agent's always talking up.
That's true. His agent will get.
His agent talks. You'd think he was the world's greatest defender, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think we'd see. Who else have I not mentioned? Bergvall would go. I think he'd go somewhere. I think. Who have I not mentioned? I think Porro he'll obviously go.
Porro.
Udoggy
would go.
Udoggy would go, but I think he needs to go anyway because he's always bloody injured. And as good a player he is, I think.
Have you got to Van der Ven and Romero? Yeah.
I didn't even bother mentioning them because I think they're gone already. No matter what, even if we do stay up, I think they're both gone.
I think Odebear will stay.
Odebear will stay. Sarr will stay. Gray will stay, as I've already said. And I think Solanke will stay, as I've already said. I think, bloody hell, who have I not mentioned? Kudus will go. He joined Tottenham because he didn't want to play for West Ham, but he'll probably join back West Ham at this point. And I think Richarlison will go as well.
Yeah, I think it'll go anyway.
It'll be Odebear, Gray, Solanke, Danso. and I think that's about it. And as in terms of and Sarr, I think
Yeah.
I
agree with you.
So 5 players. Then we'll have to get some youngsters in the academy to fill out the roles, or we'll have to sign some championship players.
Vuskovic will go, won't he?
Vuskovic, yeah, I think he's gone anyway. I think he'll want to go somewhere better.
Yeah, so do I. Shame about that one. So yeah, Hammers Football TV has put. He's commented to the world's greatest. He's the players were immense tonight. Mavropanos has gone from Mavropony, Mavrodonkey to Mavro Fabulous, deserved man of the match. You know what? I'm not a massive West Ham fan, and I think that my thing for West Ham is that they hate Tottenham. I've never had an issue with West Ham. It's the fact they hate Tottenham.
Oh, I have a bloody issue with West Ham. Big love to this guy because he's subbed to my channel, and I do appreciate that, brother. I really do.
I'm undecided whether I want West Ham to go down.
In terms of your club, mate, I can't lie. I do just hate West Ham. You know, for me, it's basically it's Arsenal, obviously, who the team that we hate the most, and then it's Chelsea because I just can't stand Chelsea. But then after Chelsea, for me, it's West Ham. To be honest,
yeah, my uncle's a big West Ham fan, and he goes on and on about West Ham this, West Ham that, and if decisions go against this West Ham, he kicks off about it. But if those the same decisions go against Tottenham, he's like, nothing.
Yeah, that's all of us.
He's one of those.
We'd be the same. We'd be the same if the shoe were on the other foot. One of my favourite games I've ever been to was when we turned West Ham over 4-1. You know, I love that game. The energy in the stand that day was. I think that's one of the games at the new stadium where the energy was the best. That the Arsenal 3-0 game. These kinds of games. When we beat Chelsea 2-0 as well at the new lane, that was a good one as well. But big up to Hammers Football TV. Seems like a very good lad.
Yeah, but I'm a bit like I'm undecided. There's a part of me who wants Forest to go down because they're owner.
I just want to go for Forest to go down so I could see the look on Wolfie's face, if you know, Forest Fan TV.
Have you ever been on his stream?
No, I've never been on his show, but he seems like a good lad. But also just
he's the biggest wind-up merchant ever, isn't he?
Yeah, big up to him. Big up to him.
Hammer TV put, I get it, guys. As much as it's rivalry, it's all about I love the game as much as I love the
100%, mate.
Yeah, it's nothing personal. Obviously, it's just
never going to be personal, mate.
Just a rivalry. That's all it is.
Yeah, mate. I'll bloody buy you a pint and shake your hand and then tell you how much
I know people that are Arsenal fans. I know people that are
yeah
West Ham, Chelsea. So it's like it's nothing. It's not where I am. It's mixed all over the place. Who you support? So yeah.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's kind of like that because we're sort of we live quite close to each other. I think.
Yeah.
You sort of just it tends to be kind of like a mix of different London clubs for the most part that people support around. Well, mine's at least.
Same.
It's because you're close relative within distance to London, so it makes sense to support a London club.
Well, I have a mate who's a Man United fan.
Yeah,
but most of London is United fans, isn't it? So.
I was talking to a few boys on the train today when I was going up to London. I was talking to one of them was a Tottenham lad, and so I was having a good old rant with him. But the other one was a United fan, and he was telling me how much he loves Michael Carrick and enjoys the football that he's playing. And I was thinking, I wish we'd bloody snapped him up while we had the chance.
I know, but I don't see him as Tottenham. I know he was at Tottenham for.
He was only here for a year, wasn't he? But still, at least
2 years, wasn't it? It was 2 years. It was
2 years, was it? At least it'd be someone who knows the club somewhat.
Yeah, but he doesn't know the club anymore. He's not been here for so long.
Not been here for so long, but he's got more experience behind the Tottenham doors than Igor Tudor.
Yeah, I wonder if he still has a soft spot for Tottenham, even though he's
probably not. Mate. I wouldn't hazard a guess on that because he was only here for 2 years and he sort of joined Man United as soon as they came asking for him. So I don't think he really would care too much about the club. But one thing is he is a professional. Yeah. So if he were to have come to Spurs, I think we would be seeing the energy maybe that we see at United.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. To be honest, though, but. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer started off really well at United, and look at that turned out.
A lot of United fans wish that they hadn't sacked him.
It all fell apart after a while, didn't it?
Yeah, it's when they brought Ronaldo in. It kind of sort of made it sort of upset the apple cart a bit. Do you know something interesting though about that? And this is something I'm going to caveat with. Obviously, I think Harry Kane, we needed him, and he's the best player we've seen in modern history out of our club.
Yeah.
But, so I've had to caveat that. But under Nuno, I think it was very interesting that we were picking up results, and when basically Nuno had set up the squad without Kane in mind because he thought Kane was off to City, and then it was only when Kane came back unexpectedly, that's when the results started falling apart under Nuno. I don't know if that's a correlation or if I'm just trying to force things together.
I remember when we were. I actually do remember when we were flying at first, weren't we? When Kane was out.
I think we won the first 3 games 1-0, and a few of those wins weren't too convincing. But we were winning at the end of the day, and I think he kind of sort of set us up without Harry Kane in mind because he thought Kane was off. But then, as soon as Kane come back, it seemed to have upset the apple cart a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we should have ditched Kane to try and save Nuno's career at Spurs, but I'm just saying it's a bit of an interesting correlation.
Yeah. Big up, Mark. Much appreciated for coming in, mate. Much appreciated.
You've got 11 viewers now, bro.
It's 9 now. 2 have dropped off, but 11 was it went to 12 at one point. 12 was the highest I've ever had. So I do appreciate everyone that's tuned in today.
We appreciate the 9 people in it. If you could click like on Anthony's channel on this stream, that'd be a big help to us, mate. That'd be good.
Yeah, much appreciated, everyone. Mist has put Vendor out.
I think you're stuck in 2016, brother.
Yeah, different year, mate.
10 years ago, mate. You're about 10 years too late, brother.
Yeah.
No, but I'll take Arsene Wenger right now as Spurs, 100%. 100%.
I don't know.
Because he's been out of football for a while, I know. But where was his last finish with Arsenal?
I don't know actually.
He got him he was like 5th with them when he was sacked, wasn't he?
Yeah, but it made me laugh at the Arsenal fans. They all wanted him out, didn't they? And there was and what he did at club was excellent. He built that club.
He won them the FA Cup when they all wanted him out. You know, that's as much as we don't like to say it, Arsene Wenger was a quality manager. You know, just
he was, yeah.
You ain't seen too many managers like him, and he just understood the sport well. You know, if you sort of take your Spurs tinted glasses off for a second, you just see you see a professional, you see a guy who was very analytical and understood how football was played and what needed to be done to win. Quality manager.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not a massive fan of Arteta. I'm not his biggest fan, and not because he's Arsenal manager, because for someone who hasn't won anything, I know he's won the FA Cup in his first season with Emery's side. Someone that's not won anything, he has a chip on his shoulder.
He's very loud. He was defending old Thomas Partey while Partey was at the club. You know, things like he's a disgusting man. I do not like Arteta by any means.
I noticed when his team loses or draws, when he goes up and shakes the manager's hand, he doesn't do much. He just shakes his hand and walks off. Like, doesn't acknowledge them or anything. He's so arrogant. I can't stand him.
Arrogant guy. Yeah, do not like Arteta. No time for him. No time for him at all. I can respect Wenger, but I can't respect Arteta.
Exactly. Yeah. Were you obviously you were too young to remember the Sol Campbell days, weren't you?
Yeah, but you know, I still hate the guy. Don't you worry. Jelly and ice cream, if you know what I mean.
Were you brought up to hate him?
Yeah, I didn't know who he was. But then, do you remember that game at the Emirates in AVB's first season when we lost 5-2?
Yeah.
When Arsenal scored, I think it was the 4-1 goal. They went and zoomed in on Sol Campbell, like laughing and clapping and smiling, and my dad just just lost it at the TV and like screamed, "You bastard, Sol Campbell!" And that from that moment, I knew that he's a guy that we hate, basically. Yeah.
Well, remember he did the advert a few years ago of him. Was it the phone advert? And it's about changing colours or something like that. And he was like in a red thing. Did this advert, and it was basically blatantly a dig at Spurs. And I was like, you get all this abuse. Why would you still, fuel the fire or whatever?
Yeah, and then he sort of when he wanted to be mayor for a little bit as well, and he felt like he was entitled to become the mayor, and said that the only reason that he wasn't going to become mayor was because he was black or something. Don't want to turn this into a political show, but like, look who the mayor right now is. Like, it's nothing to do with skin color. They didn't want to vote for him because he said he would have done a shit job. Because
he's an idiot. That's all it is. Because he's an idiot.
Exactly it.
Yeah. Mister's put Judas.
Judas.
He definitely is a Judas. Judas.
Yeah. He's
I told my 8-year-old son. I said, that person there, we hate him. Okay?
We hate him with a passion.
Sol Campbell, we hate him.
Oh yeah, don't you worry. I have a 9-year-old. I think he's 9, a 9-year-old cousin. He's not even really interested in football, but every time I see him, I ask him, what football team do we hate? And he replies Arsenal, and I give him a little fist bump. That's our little ritual. Yeah, you got to train them while they're young.
My partner's little girl, she's only 3, but her favourite colour is red, and I'm like, I'm pretty much screwed then.
Lily white blue, that's the favourite colour.
I know, every time you ask her what her favourite colour is, she's like, the red colour.
Not red, wrong colour. Yeah. What do you think about the AIA sponsor being red? Is that something that you think too deeply about?
That's a bit odd, isn't it? But then again, Arsenal have a bit of white on their top, don't they?
Yeah, they always have the white sleeves, or at least they used to. Yeah.
But I heard is our new kit not going to be any red on it? The next season one's not
because we're not going to have AIA as a sponsor anymore. It's going to be, I don't know, like Holston again or something like that.
It'll probably be EFL or something.
Yeah, something along those lines, brother. Something along those lines. Who knows, bro? Who knows? I think basically we're gonna struggle in the Championship.
Yeah. Yeah, we might never make it to Premier League again. We might go down and down again. You never know.
Right. If you think about the players in our squad, don't even think about like the Gareth Bales. Don't even think about the Harry Kanes. Don't even think about the Heung-min Sons. Right? You got to think about the players who were sort of the fringe players throughout history. So if you go back to, say, the Redknapp days, you had Nico Kranjčar there. You had Wilson Palacios. You had players like this. If you even go back to the Poch era, the fringe players there, Nasser Chadli, Eric Lamela, Christian Eriksen. You had all these players basically that, even though they weren't the stars of the squad, they were there doing things for us. And you just think about them. You think about Nico Kranjčar and him playing. I think he played on the side for us. I don't know if he was a winger or more of a left midfield, right midfielder, or whatever it was. Yeah, but he was a baller compared to what we have there today. Nico Kranjčar, these kinds of players, absolute ballers compared to what we have today. And it just makes you wonder, what on earth happened? Where on earth did we go wrong?
Like players like Dembele and stuff like that.
I think, in my opinion, Dembele, he gets forgotten about because he didn't score as many goals as Kane and that lot. But I think the time he did play up the Poch, I think he was as pivotal a player as
he wasn't. It wasn't his job to score, was it?
It wasn't. I think he was. He should be really, really mentioned with these players that we speak about, because as obviously not relative to because Harry Kane scored goals for us. You can't really sort of say he was the same in terms of that. And Harry Kane was a match winner in the way that he scored goals. But in terms of like performing in the position that he was given, I think you can say Dembele was as pivotal to that team as a Harry Kane would be, because the way he would get the ball, move around, just shove players off of him that were trying to get it, just sort of do bloody little skills and take it around 3 different players, pass it on to whoever. I think we haven't seen a player like that at Spurs bloody long time before and after.
Yeah, I know. How do you check in here? How many likes you've got? Because I see
you just go on your stream and it'll tell you there's 3 likes right now. If people could hit the like button, that would be a massive help. I see there's 12 people in here. We're grateful you're here. We're very, very grateful for each and every one of you. If you could just click the like button, that would be fantastic.
And give us a sub if you haven't already. That'd be much appreciated. And same to Definitely Spurs TV, much appreciated.
I'll shamelessly plug my channel in the comments again, while I'm here.
And drop a comment as well if anyone wants to have a say about anything about the game tomorrow.
It's 11 likes so far. Bloody good job, guys. We love to see that.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. That's great. Thanks everyone. 14 people in there now.
Yeah.
That's the most I've ever had on this stream, so much appreciated. Yeah. So I wonder what's so it's tomorrow's going to be interesting. I just don't think we're going to get anything from it, but we will see. It'll be interesting if we do go down, the players we do sign for Spurs. It'll probably be the Adam Armstrongs of the world, won't it?
I think we'd be lucky to get him in all honesty, bro.
Got another comment here. Sorry, Daniela's put West Ham are showing what you have to do to beat the drop. Can the rest do the same? Come on, the mighty Irons. You know what? I can't disagree with that, to be honest. But Spurs are a bunch of bottlers, to be honest.
That's the difference, mate. Your owners actually make signings. What Arsenal do is put their feet up and pick up fucking millions of quid a year.
Exactly. They our owners are disgraceful. To be honest, you don't like your owners either, really, do you? But at least they've made a few signings for you. In January, I could tell in January we were in trouble. We were sleepwalking towards relegation, and our owners they just twiddle their thumbs. I don't know what they're doing. They're getting paid all that money.
They don't.
They're just not doing anything. They're a disgrace. They've been at a club for too long. For 25 years. Who stays at a club for 25 years? It's an absolute joke.
When they're not doing anything.
As much as Daniel Levy had his faults, and he, I didn't want him at Spurs. He he would never let us get in this situation. I guarantee that.
No. He was a Spurs man, even though he had to go. He did have to go. Yeah. Two things can be true at once, right? It can be true that Daniel Levy had to go, and it can also be true that the current lot are terrible, even worse than him, and also have to go. So this is the way that people need to be thinking. Because I see people saying that Levy needs to come back or whatever, but that ain't necessarily the case. We need someone better.
He messed up and stuff as well, like deals we should have gone for. He messed up. He weren't perfect.
He basically, the reason he went in the end, I reckon, was because he had basically soured any sort of relations that we had with any other club.
Yeah, I agree.
So when you get yourself in that position, you do just kind of have to go in the end.
Yeah, I agree. So Hammers Football TV has put big up Daniela.
It's becoming a West Ham love channel.
All these West Ham fans, oh my God.
Fair play to them, they're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Come and laugh at us.
Anyone's welcome. Don't matter what football team you support, anyone's welcome. It's all good.
We're laughing at ourselves here, so you might as well have a laugh with us. It's a safe place for all channels. Exactly. All supporters can come in and have a laugh at Spurs. I mean, we're the laughing stock of the league right now, you may as well.
We're the laughing stock of England.
Even League Two clubs are going to be having a laugh at our expense. It's what we deserve. It's what we deserve, though, for the way we act as fans. Singing "Sacked" in the morning to our gaffer, and then not even questioning the owners who put him there in the first place. It's what we deserve.
Well, Tudor, it's like 10 times worse than Frank, isn't it?
Just get him gone. Get Tudor out of my club. Get him gone. He sits there saying it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. He needs a little English lesson from me. And that's what I do as a job, by the way. I'm not trying to dig at anyone's English. Everyone has their own level, but he just chats shit, doesn't he? He says that he's working to try and turn it around. That he sees something there, but there's nothing there, mate. You're just trying to pick up your quid. That's it. But to be fair, he doesn't have to, because if he gets sacked, he's still going to get a payoff in it.
Exactly. I wonder how much that'll be though. Danielle has put, we don't like our owners, but this is all about the players now. Who has to fight for it to close with the four of us? Yeah, I know, and that's the difference. Our players don't have fight, and your players do, and that's fair play to you. I don't
That's
like
why
it.
I think we do deserve to go down, bruv.
Fair play to you.
That's why I do think we fucking deserve to go down.
Yeah. I've been saying it for ages. I put on my first ever time on Cookie's show, like 2 marks. I said I think we're going down. I think it was like a month ago. And I think it was a few minutes, 3 to 4 weeks ago. And I said we're going down. I said our players don't have fight. I said West Ham, Forest, and Leeds, they have a bit more fight about them. Been down there before, near the bottom before, and they've done it and stuff. And us Spurs players, they don't really have the experience of a relegation battle, so don't know how to get out of it.
They really don't. They don't have that experience. They don't have that fight. They deserve to go down.
Yeah, and Daniela's commented to Hammer Football TV and put some thumbs up and a fist emoji.
Yeah, having a little good time here, because you could blame them.
But there's still 9 games to go, and anything can happen. You never know. But yeah.
I think basically we're screwed, aren't we, mate?
Yep. I think we're screwed. Oh my. Okay, I think I'm going to call it there because my battery is got.
Calling it there, buddy. Yeah.
And it's gone dark. Yeah. And it's a bit late, but I might be on tomorrow if you want to come on. If everyone wants to come tomorrow, I might be on after. I was going to do. I'll read a couple of these comments hopefully.
Yeah.
Have just come through. Not at your expense, definitely Hammers Football TV as per.
Oh, brother, it's all fine. It's all laughs in here, man. You can have a laugh at Spurs' expense whenever you want, mate. I was having a laugh at your expense when we beat you 3-0 earlier this season. That's just football, brother. That's just football, bro. But yeah.
Tattoo, a new one's put. Tattoo has put. Big up everyone. West Ham got a point at City. Yeah, I heard about that earlier. Big up. Thanks for your comment. If you give me a like and a sub, that'd be much appreciated. And also get over to Definitely Spurs TV to sub him. That'd be much appreciated as well. Thanks for your comment. Much appreciated. But yeah, West Ham look up for a fight, don't they?
They really do. And you saw it against Chelsea. You saw it in the game at the Lane. They look up for it, and we don't ever look up for it. That's why we deserve to go down at the end of the day.
And Danielle has put, hope you all got Mother's Day kit cards, boys and girls. Yep, I've sorted my mum's card and present out, so it's all good. I hope you have as well.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah. Yep.
Hammers TV has put Daniela in spirit for mine. Miss her. I do apologize, mate.
Condolences, mate. Not easy. Not easy ever losing someone. Never easy. I think we can say we've all lost someone, and it's never fucking easy. It's not nice, mate. So yeah, condolences, wishes.
Yeah, exactly. And then Hammers Football TV has put 100. I think that's for your comment earlier.
Yeah, big up, mate.
And then you put your link in there. That's sorted.
Videos, yeah. Just delete the videos bit, and then you can get my actual channel. Yeah.
And then Daniel's put me too. Is that for Mother's Day? You got the Mother's Day gifts and stuff. I think that's
something like that.
And then Hammers Football TV's put a love heart and a couple emojis there. And then thanks, guys. No problem, mate. And you're always welcome back in the chat if you ever want to come and have a chat. you ever want to come on, you can as well. It's up
Come
to
on
you.
as well. Yeah, you're welcome on our shows, mate. Anyone's welcome.
Sweet dreams, boys. Yep, you too. Have a good night.
Yeah. Have a good night, mate. Great chatting to you as well.
Yep. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming on. So, 1 second. There's another one here. Hammers. Yeah, just put Hammers Football TV. Just put take care. Daniela. Yeah. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Much appreciated for everyone coming on tonight. Don't call it there. Otherwise my missus don't kill me. So I need to call it there.
Gotta do everything to keep it around. Yeah, man. You gotta.
But big up everyone. Thanks to everyone that's viewed. Thanks to everyone that's liked and subscribed, and the same for definitely everyone who's liked and subscribed to him.
Appreciate you.
Much appreciate everyone. And oh, well done, West Ham, sending those clowns down. Okay, very nice. Thank you very much. Thanks for your comment there.
Okay, big up everyone. Calling ourselves clowns, we can't complain if other people call us that.
Exactly. But big up everyone. Thanks for coming, and I'll probably run tomorrow night. Me and Definitely will come on tomorrow. Are you about tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be about.
So maybe tomorrow night or Monday, but hopefully tomorrow. But tune in for that. Just a preview, the review of the Liverpool Spurs game. We'll talk about that. But
yeah.
Thank you very much. And yeah, have a good night, everyone. And
come on, you Spurs.